So is there such a thing as a female paedophile?
Oh yes. Now, female pedophiles, there's a great deal of controversy about this. In fact, when I brought up the issue that women could sexually abuse children, I was vilified. I was cast out of the sisterhood. I was no longer a good feminist because sexual abuse had to be under the guise of male power. And if I had a significant number of women who were sexually abusing children and I knew about these women, then that messed up the male power thing. And surely if women were going to abuse children, then they had to be doing it under the thumb of a man. A man had to be telling them to do it. They've been able to disguise their abuse, I think, more cleverly than men have. And society doesn't want to believe that there are female abusers. It's easier to think it's a nasty man. I was one really sad man who rang me up, who was he had custody of his 12-year-old daughter, and she told him that her mother had abused her. He took her to social services. It wasn't a court case, it was after the court had decided he was going to be the father. He was going to be the custodial father. Took it to social services, and they accused him. They wouldn't let him leave. They threatened to take the daughter into care. He said, he wrote a letter, a very poignant letter, which I still have, where he said, if I'd been a woman walking in there and saying that my husband sexually abused my daughter, he said, I would have been given cups of tea, I would have been talked to, I would have been taken seriously, but because I was a man doing this, I wasn't taken seriously. I do know, for example, at rape crisis centers, when I was trying to find places for men who'd been abused by women to talk, it was okay for women who'd been abused by women to call Rape Crisis Center. They would talk to them, but they would not talk to men who had been sexually abused by women. And that hasn't changed a whole lot. There's still very few places for male adult survivors to go to get help if they've been abused by a man or a woman.